Yeah. It's a very unique relationship, and I'm super excited to actually be part of the creative process and create some new formulas and new flavors. We got V Trigger coming out. Well, it's already out, I guess, by the time this releases. So V Trigger on its way. Again, a flavor I'm very proud of. I'm proud of the product. I'm proud of how it tastes. I'm a very when I take my supplements, how it tastes is always very important. It's got to be, you have to feel it, but you have to enjoy consuming it as well. So hopefully, amongst their already wonderful flavor profile, that V Trigger will be one of the top tastes. Hopefully, I'm pretty proud of it. And again, it's just been fun to choose a flavor, to sample flavors, to revise it, and come up with a winning formula. And I think we found it. So I'm excited, really excited.
Obviously, appearance and physical fitness is something that goes hand in hand with your line of work, but you've seen like a ton of schedule changes over the last couple of years and location changes and all that. How important has been stuff like this, and especially the stuff you're doing with Redcon 1, been to your adjustment, whether it be schedule or travel or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, as the schedule gets more hectic, and as I get older, and as you find yourself traveling more and spending more nights in hotels and all that stuff, really being able to supplement and to supplement efficiently becomes sort of paramount. You might not be able to get sort of nourishment via real food that you can order from a restaurant when you need it, because maybe you're burning some midnight oil, and maybe you're out and working until 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever have you. And, maybe doing drive-through McDonald's at 4 a.m. isn't probably, for my lifestyle, it's not great for me. I'm going to go to bed not feeling well. I'm going to wake up probably not feeling well either. Um, so it's great to have these options where, for those moments in need, when you need to snack on something, or whether you need, some vitamins, or whether you need, pick me up, that we have something for you. And Redcon was, they were there for me before we even signed this deal. I was always really happy to use their products as a customer. So to now represent that brand and help represent it, but also use their products as well. Yeah, it's a real game changer. And it's like you said, it's now part of sort of the creative process and some of the product formulation, and it's really cool. It's really fun. But just because I made a product doesn't mean I'm just making a product and stepping away from it. I'm a user and a believer of these products on a day-to-day basis, and I really think I found a great partner to team with, because what they create is it's very, very transparent with their labeling. Exactly what's going in, how much is going in. Very safe. We'll be in big box stores everywhere, whereas you can buy. They sort of hold their products that they carry to the highest standard, so they're not going to let any rinky-dink backwater deals. They're not going to see the dawn of the light of day on their shelves. So it's cool to really have sort of a product that keeps actual human health and safety in mind, so that no one's digesting anything they shouldn't be.
And I'm sure there are a plethora of people who came to know you in the last few years, especially with AEW exploding in America. But the physical transformation that you have went through from the time that you had that now famous promo with the AJ Styles turn, like you are composed completely different. How much of that was supplementing and finding stuff like what you're doing with Redcon 1?
Yeah. So aside from being able to sort of push your own limits in the gym or otherwise in whatever sorts of training or performing that you're doing, just supplementing comes into play for me specifically as I get older, where it helps you deal with injuries, deal with the rough travel schedules. So like I said, when you're on a bus for 7 to 9 hours, or you're on a plane, or planes in plural, and you're just bouncing from plane to plane to plane, and you're not going to have time to sit down and eat or whatever. These are where these things come into play, and these are where these things make sure that you're, making sure that you're treating your calories, making sure you're getting your vitamin profile, all that sort of thing. Before, back when you were talking about the AJ Styles term, I felt that I was going against the grain to stay lighter, so I would fit in more with the juniors. But by the same token, I was doing sort of the rough schedules with New Japan without having any sort of help. So if I was really hungry, I would wait till we got to the next rest stop. And, typically in Japan, when you go to a rest stop, you have just fried foods, curry. That's it. I mean, it's tasty, but if you're waiting, 5 hours for your next stop and that's the next thing you ingest, it's not necessarily going to reflect in your physique or in your performance. You know what I mean? So to be able to now, carry product on me and make sure that that what goes in me is of the highest caliber, that allows you to build a better physique, to stay in better shape, to have more energy. And now that I'm, it's a different lifestyle than it was in Japan, doing what I do now, but the hours are even more odd. I have to do a lot of business overseas, and I have to do a lot of business, here as well. So I have to adjust my schedule around a schedule that is 12 hours different than what I'm living right now. So that means that, it's late night, early mornings, and supplementing in that regard helps a lot. If I play games, I like to play competitive games. So, first person shooters, I like to play, fighting games, you need to be ready, and even being slow by a couple frames of animation, it could be the difference between winning and losing. And I like to play everything and do everything that I do at the highest level that I'm capable of. So even supplementing there, it really helps. Helps keep me alert, helps keep me focused. We have products for that as well. So whether it be me manning the calls and or computer, at 7 or 8 a.m. when I'm going to bed at 5 or 6, I'm able to stay alert. I'm able to kind of put my best foot forward. I'm not a zombie in those cases. And of course, that's working. And when I have to do things in the ring, when it's like a quick segue from doing that to tossing on a pair of tights and doing what I do in the ring, that's where the supplementing comes in as well, where we have supplements for hydration, supplements for energy, for alertness, for mental alertness. There's something for every situation, and again, the product lineup just keeps expanding every time I talk to these guys. They're working on something new, something groundbreaking, and it's really cool to be on the cutting edge of it and to be a part of it all.